Numbers session 23.
In this session, we are going to see De Moivre's theorem, and we are going to prove it using the method of mathematical induction. What do you mean by mathematical induction method? To prove a given statement is true, first of all, we have to consider the statement as P of n. After considering that statement as equal to P of n, we have to verify, is it true for n is equal to 1? And if it is true for n is equal to 1, we have to consider it is true for n is equal to k. Using this consideration, we have to check whether it is true for n is equal to k plus 1 or not. In case if it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, then the given statement is true or proved. We are going to use this technique to prove De Moivre's theorem for positive integers. Right. You know the statement of De Moivre's theorem. That is cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. For this n, we can use any real number. That is, n may be a positive integer or negative integer, or a rational number, or it may be an irrational number. That is, it is true for all real numbers. But here we are going to prove only for positive integer, negative integer, and rational numbers. So here there are three cases. First case is about positive integer, second case is about negative integer, and the third case is rational numbers. Let us consider the first case. Let us consider n as a positive integer. And let us try to prove this using mathematical induction method. This is what our statement. First of all, we have to consider this statement is equal to P of n. So P of n is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Remember, we have to consider P of n is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n as our left hand side, and P of n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin theta as our right hand side. After that, we are going to check is it true for n is equal to 1 or not. Consider, keep it in mind, P of n is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is considered as our left hand side, and P of n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta is considered as our right hand side. Right, now let us verify whether it is true for n is equal to 1 or not. The left hand side is so P of n is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n, and according to our consideration the right hand side is P of n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Let us verify is it true for n is equal to 1. Let's go to left hand side first. For n, let us replace its value by 1. So P of 1 is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power 1. Thus n is replaced by 1 now. We know very well the whole power 1 is nothing but the same thing. So our answer will be cos theta plus I sin theta. So it is true, sorry. So we have received left hand side answer. Now let us go to the right hand side. Here also we have to substitute same n is equal to 1. If you substitute n is equal to 1 in this right hand side, P of 1 is equal to cos 1 theta plus I sin 1 theta. That is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. So for n is equal to 1, the left hand side and right hand side are equal to 1 another. So it is true for n is equal to 1. Since it is true for n is equal to 1, we have to consider the statement that is it is true for n is equal to k. Since it is true for n is equal to 1, Now we can consider it is true for n is equal to k. So if we consider it is true for n is equal to k, then the equation will be P of k is equal to, instead of n we have to write now k. P of k is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power k is equal to cos k theta plus I sin k theta. Right. So now we are considering cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power k is equal to cos k theta plus I sin k theta. Right. Using this statement, that is cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power k is equal to cos k theta plus I sin k theta, we have to try to prove for n is equal to k plus 1. So let us check, is it true for n is equal to k plus 1. Let's go to the left hand side, that is P of n is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n. Now let us replace n by k plus 1. So P of k plus 1 is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power k plus 1. This is in the form a to the power m plus n. Can be written as a to the power m into a to the power n. So we can split it like this, that is cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power k into cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power 1. As we considered, according to the second step, we have considered it is true for n is equal to k, that is cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power k is equal to cos k theta plus I sin k theta. So using that statement, we can get the step like this, that is cos k theta plus I sin k theta into cos theta plus I sin theta. Now let's multiply these two terms, that is cos k theta into cos theta, then cos k theta into I sin theta, then I sin k theta into cos theta, finally I into I square sin k theta into sin theta. We know I square value is minus 1, so it will be like this. This is real part without I, and this is also real part. Let us collect these two together, and let us collect these two together, because these two are with I, these two are without I. So these two are our real part and these two are our imaginary part. Collecting real parts together and imaginary part together, we'll get like this. That is, these two parts are taken and plus I is taken commonly outside. So sin k theta cos theta plus cos k theta sin theta. If we consider k theta as A and theta as B, k theta as A and theta as B, we can see a formula here. This is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So we can use this formula to simplify this. Since it is in the form cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, the formula is cos of A plus B. The same way we see here, that is in the form sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Here we have another one formula, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B can be written as sin of A plus B. So we are going to use these two formula. For this we have the formula cos of A plus B, and for this we have the formula sin of A plus B. Applying this formula, we'll get the answer is cos of A plus B, that is cos of k theta plus theta, because we consider this as our A and this as our B. So this is cos of A plus B plus I into this one, that is in the form sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B can be written as sin of A plus B, that is sin of A, that is k theta, plus B, that is theta. If we take theta commonly outside, our answer will be cos of k plus 1 into theta plus I into sin of k plus 1 into theta. So this is what our left hand side. Now we have to check whether we are getting the same answer in the right hand side. As I told you, our left part is P of n is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n. Our right side is P of n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Now we have to check, that is by substituting n is equal to k plus 1 in the right hand side, we have to check whether we are getting left side value and right side value as equal or not. Now let us replace this n value by k plus 1. So that is p of k plus 1 is equal to cos of k plus 1 into theta plus I into sine of k plus 1 into theta, because instead of n we have substituted k plus 1. So now if you see the left hand side and if you see the right hand side, both are equal to one another. So now it is crystal clear. The left side value and the right side value are equal to one another. So it is true for n is equal to k plus 1. Hence, according to the mathematical induction method, we have proved cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta for positive integers. Now again, as we have proved it is true for positive integer, now we have to proceed for negative integer. Anyhow, already we have proved cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta for a positive integer. Right. Now let us consider this n as minus m. Let us consider this n value as minus m. So for this n, we are going to replace this n by a negative integer. So now n becomes a negative value. Right. So cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n, we are going to treat n as minus m. So cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power minus m. Right. So now surely it's a power with negative value. It will not change because we have considered m as a positive integer. Since m is positive integer and minus is included, it becomes minus m is a negative integer. So now cos theta plus I sin theta is having a power of negative number, that is negative integer. Right. How to proceed? Let us not proceed with negative integer because already we have proof with positive integer. So let us try to make this as positive integer. Right. According to that formula, a power minus m can be written as 1 by a power m. So we have done that. 1 by this cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power m minus m becomes plus m. Right. Now this m is a positive integer. M is a positive integer. So we can apply this formula because cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. We have proved for a positive integer. Since this is a positive integer, now we can apply this formula. So we can make this as 1 by cos m theta plus I sin m theta. As this states, this power can enter inside like this. So we have made it. Right. But this is quite okay. But we should not have any I in the denominator. For that, we have to multiply the numerator and denominator by its conjugate. So we are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by its conjugate. The conjugate of cos m theta plus I sin m theta is nothing but cos m theta minus I sin m theta. Right. 1 into this, we'll get the same answer. This is complex. This is its conjugate. So while we are multiplying a complex number with its conjugate, just we have to do real part square plus imaginary part square. So let us try to do it. So our answer is cos m theta minus I sin m theta. That is numerator into this. For the denominator, we have applied that logic. So this value is cos square theta plus sin square theta value is 1. So it will become as 1. So now till this we have proved cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos m theta minus I sin m theta divided by cos m theta the whole square plus sin m theta the whole square. Right. So let us proceed with that. As I told you, formula for this, cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So if you apply this value 1, we'll get the answer is cos m theta minus I sin m theta. Right, that's good. Now, let us do some small adjustments, because in our proof, we need only positive symbol here. We don't want any negative symbol here. So let us try to do one thing. For cos theta as well as for sin theta, we have two formulae with negative angles. That is, cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta. Right. So we can use this formula. And also one more formula, that is sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. This also we can follow. Why we are following this? Because actually we want a positive sign here to get the proof. So we are trying to do one thing. Is there any way to replace this minus by plus? Yes. Formula says if it is minus sine theta, you can write that as sine of minus theta. So we can write this minus sine m theta as sine of minus m theta. So it will become as a positive one. Right. Moreover, in the polar form, cos part and sine part must have same angle. So if we replace this by minus m theta according to the formula, if we make this as minus m theta, then this should be also minus m theta. Shall we do it? Yes, we can do it, because a cos of minus theta is nothing but cos theta. Even if I add a minus sign here, it will not do any harm, because formula says cos theta as well as cos of minus theta are equal to one another. So cos m theta can be replaced as cos of minus m theta. So using these techniques, we have applied this 2 in this formula. Instead of m theta, we have written minus m theta. That is no problem, because cos of minus theta is cos theta. So quite okay. Here for minus sine theta, according to the formula, we can apply this formula, that is sine of minus theta. So this minus sine m theta can be written as plus I sine of minus theta. Now it is in the exact way, correct way. Am I correct? Cos in minus m theta, sine is also in minus m theta, both are of same angle. Here we have positive sign. So it's in the exact polar form. We know this minus m is nothing but n, because while we are proving this second case, we treated this n as negative number. That negative number is treated as minus m. So this minus m is nothing but n. Now let us replace this minus m by n. So cos n theta plus I sin n theta. So now we have proved cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. First case we have proved this for positive integer. Now we have proved this for negative integer also. Now let us try to prove for rational numbers. Right. Here we are considering n as a rational number. That is, n is equal to p by q, where q is not equal to 0. In this case, we are going to follow a small technique. Just listen. Here, cos theta by q plus I sin theta by q, the whole power q is here. As I told you, n is equal to p by q is a rational number. So this p is an integer and q is also some integer. So totally q is an integer. So according to the first case and the second case, if this power is an integer, we can bring it inside, because cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. We proved it for positive integer as well as for negative integer. So q is an integer now, so we can bring it inside. In case if q comes here, automatically q and q will get cancelled. So the final answer will be simply cos theta plus I sin theta. So we can write cos theta by q plus I sin theta by q, the whole power q, as cos theta plus I sin theta. Right. Now we are going to do a technique such a way. Let us try to bring power p by q in this side, this right side. So for that, let us do a small work. First, let us remove this power q by taking qth power. Actually, our main idea is to bring cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power p by q. Here p is in power and q is in the root. So first we are going to do one thing. First we are going to take qth root on both sides. So let us take qth root on both sides. If we take qth root on both sides, it will be like this. Right. So, you know, there is a formula, that is a power m the whole power n is equal to a power m into n. According to this formula, let us apply this formula here. It is in the form a power m the whole power n. The formula says that 2 should be multiplied. The power should be multiplied. So if we multiply q into 1 by q, q and q will get cancelled. Our answer will be power 1. So the next step, it will become like cos theta by q plus I sin theta by q is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power 1 by q. Now let us try to take power p on both sides. As I told you, our main goal is to bring the power as p by q. P is power and q is root. First we have taken this qth root on both sides. Now let us try to take power p on both sides. Right, taking power p on both sides. Then it will become like this: cos theta by q plus I sin theta by q the whole power p. Here cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power 1 by q the whole power p. Again, if we apply the same formula, the power should be multiplied. Right. Moreover, this p is an integer. So we can bring this inside, because according to case 1 and case 2, if it is in the form cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n, we can make it as cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Right. Since the power is an integer, we can bring it inside. So if we apply De Morvis theorem to this left hand side using case 1, it will become cos of p by q theta plus I sin p by q theta. Power p can be brought inside because p is an integer. Here, according to this rule, we are multiplying these two. Our answer is p by q. We know p by q value is nothing but n. So let us replace this p by q by n. We'll get the answer cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n. If we replace this p by q by n, it will become cos n theta plus I sin n theta. So we have proved cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. So we have proved for 3 cases: for positive integer, for negative integer, and for rational number. But it is true even for irrational number. But we are not going to prove this here. So we have proved cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Right. Using this formula, we can see some corollaries. We can apply this formula also. This is the first formula we have proved now. Cos theta plus I sin theta the whole power n is equal to cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Now let us think this ns minus n simply. So as I told you already, whether the power is positive integer or negative integer or a rational number, it's not a matter. We can bring it inside. So if we bring it here, it will become cos of minus n theta. It will become I sine of minus n theta. As I told you, sine of minus theta can be written as minus sine theta. Sine of minus theta can be written as sine of minus theta can be written as minus sine theta. So according to this formula, if minus n comes this side, it will become sine of minus n theta. Sine of minus n theta is nothing but minus sine n theta. So this is next formula. And the third one, instead of cos theta plus I sin theta, if we keep that as cos theta minus I sin theta the whole power n, then the formula will be like this. Again, for this cos theta minus I sin theta the whole power minus n, we have this formula. We can follow a shortcut here to do this very easily. Just multiply this power sign with the middle sign. Plus into plus, plus. Then this middle will be plus I. Minus into plus is minus I. That is minus I. Here plus into minus is minus. You can write minus. Here minus into minus plus, we can write plus. So while we are applying this De Morgan's theorem, just multiply the sign of power with this middle term sign. And you can put it in the middle. Just bring inside only the value of the power. Then it will be very, very easy. If it is power 5, just bring 5 inside. If it is power minus 5 also, just bring 5 inside, but multiply this with this. That is plus into minus is minus. For example, let us consider this problem. For example, if this is cos theta minus I sin theta whole power minus 10. Don't bring minus 10 inside. Just try to bring only 10 inside to the angle. Before that, multiply this symbol. Minus into minus plus. So in the middle, you put plus I. Then just bring this 10. That is cos 10 theta plus I sin 10 theta. Like that we easily do these problems. I hope so you have understood this De Morgan's theorem. Keep it in mind and let us try to do problems in the next session. Thank you.